Hello there everyone, my name is Masterofroflness. Welcome to Hearts of Iron 4. This is the newest grand strategy game created by Paradox Interactive, in which you can play as many of the major powers in World War II, as well as some of the minor powers if you decide to play as Ethiopia, Liberia, South Africa, that sort of stuff. In any case, there are two scenarios. You got 1936 and 1939. Now, the 1939 scenario puts you right in the middle of the action, with Nazi Germany declaring war on Poland, and then France and Great Britain, and all that other good stuff. However, 1936 is more like you kind of build up your power here and there and see where you go from there. There's a lot of build up and planning. However, one nation gets to fight right off the bat, actually, if you play your cards right. Japan. So we're going to be playing as Emperor Hirohito of Japan. This is going to be very interesting, I'll say that much. Mostly because we'll be avoiding the European theater of war for the most part and focusing on the Pacific. And then afterwards, well, other global desires. Anyway, onwards. So, welcome to Japan, the land of Naruto and Dragon Ball Z. In any case, right now we got a good chunk of territory in Manchuria, and then in Korea, and a lot of the Pacific, which is nice. However, we face a lot of issues as Japan, actually. For one, we face some serious resource deficits. We don't have a lot of oil. We don't have a lot of rubber. We don't have a lot of... Actually, we have one surplus of aluminum, which is okay. It's aluminium is alright, I suppose. But we will need more of it as time goes on. So we need to conquer more territories. Now, obviously, down south, we got China. China does have a lot of steel, and not a lot of rubber or oil. However, they do have some easy factories we can get, and factories will help us produce more weapons needed to conquer other places. Philippines is a great start, actually, to rubber. However, they are controlled, well, not controlled necessarily, but they're a puppet state to that of the United States. And then we also have Borneo over here with lots of rubber and oil, so we will want to take this territory immediately. In fact, whoo, look at that. Look at Singapore. Holy shit. 848 rubber, 308 tungsten. That would be amazing. If we can capture these territories over here, on point. Our empire would basically surpass that of like any that have come before it. However, let's do some research actually right off the bat. So you got a couple of research trees. You got infantry, support battalions, armor, artillery, land doctrine, naval doctrine, air doctrine, engineering, and industry. These techs are unlocked by unlocking the prerequisite techs before them. And they're also, depending on the year that you're trying to research these techs, you're either going to be ahead of time or well before essentially everybody else. Now, what this means is, depending on if you're ahead on the research or not, the research could be slowed down. So you don't really want to necessarily go, I don't know, atomic research right off the bat, because look at here, 1940. It's 1936, so we're 4 years behind. Let's not go for that. In any case, we do have some techs available to us at the start, like support equipment with engineering companies. We got some Type 94 tanks. If I knew anything about Japanese history, I knew that their tanks sucked massive ding dong, so we might want to avoid those, or maybe not. I mean, Type 61 looks decent. In any case, we also start off with trench warfare, which leads us on to grand battle plan. We'll need to get this as soon as possible because planning is very integral in this part of the game. And, you know, we'll need to increase our industry, so let's go for basic machine tools and electronic mechanical engineering. Now, fourth tech. What did I do last time? I did 2 play test games before this one. I usually do that so that my commentary isn't completely retarded. Oh, there we go. Construction level 1. Plus 10 construction speed. Okay. So now we got some civilian factories. These kind of work in a way to produce goods, but also you could sell them off to different countries in order to get more of a resource. We'll probably do some of that in order to get maybe some oil, some aluminium, maybe some rubber. Actually, we don't need a lot of aluminium. We do need rubber and oil, so maybe we should trade actually at some point. Yeah, let's see who is the top dog here. Ooh, okay, the United States. Now we can trade all of our factories. It's a lot of oil, but that would be pretty bad. So let's just trade 2. And you see here we have 391 free convoys. 15 are required for this trade. But we'll get 966 units of oil. Well, that's okay, I suppose. But you know what? Instead, hold on a second. Hold on. I have a better idea. Because right now, we might not want to necessarily produce any units that use oil. Bear with me for a second. This is China we're going to be invading at some point, okay? In the near future, of course. Seeing as though, well, if you knew anything from World War II, which I assume a lot of people do know, is the fact that Japan does invade China, and a lot of really, really bad shit happens from that ensuing war. In any case, due to that fact, and because because our tanks are not necessarily super needed, as China's military isn't quite up to snuff in comparison to ours, we might just want to use just infantry and our aircraft, of course, and navy. So you know what? Instead, we will build civilian factories in order to, you know, sell them off or just get more goods and stuff like that. So let's just build up here. Yeah, let's just fill up the entirety of the islands of Japan. All right. Now then, here we go. So we need some weapons right away. But everything else is kind of filled out, actually, which is pretty good. So all we got to do is fill up this infantry equipment requirement. If our troops are below supply level, well, they won't fight as effectively, and we could see a lot of losses. Let's assign all of our factories to just produce guns. And we can assign 2 factories on support equipment. Why not? We do have a free military factory here and there, so we need to assign them to something. Maybe we just go here? Yeah, why not? We have a deficit, however, so that's going to be a little bit of a problem. All right, here's our divisions that we can trade. We've got some Marines, motorized units, cavalry, some infantry, and then some reserves. Now then, we need to group up our units together, so let's just grab them all right now. Got a pretty massive border with that of the Soviet Union, our vassal state or puppet state over here, and then China. So I'm gonna go ahead and right away just select all of my guys. Try to bring them into a massive army, which we can use in order to coordinate huge chunks of our forces. So right, we will put you right here. Good. And right now we are very low on supplies, which is unfortunate. However, I will do this and that and this. I'll try to separate this army into 2 armies, actually. One for defense and one for attack. So I'm just going to filter out all the non-garrison units. Garrison units are identified by the red chevrons. Alright, good. And now we got our second army. Okay, so first army, the garrison forces. They will essentially garrison areas in our empire. Now, the reason why you need to do this is because, well, something that happened to me in my playthrough game is the fact that China was able to circumnavigate some of the nations, attack my territories, and then conquer them easy peasy. You don't want that happening, so I'm just going to garrison some territories here and there. We'll garrison the islands as well, just in case some dingling decides to attack us on the backside. Ah, fuck. I accidentally clicked that. Sometimes I have some trouble clicking on these islands, but that's okay. Yep, there we go. I'll just zoom in. Yeah. That works out. Alright, these are all covered. Anything else that we need to worry about? No, we're good. Now then, for our actual forces, we will focus on a frontline plan. Well, hold on. Yep, puppet state right here. Just need to triple check. Alright, let's build a front line over here. Yeah, we don't want the Chinese to come through anytime soon. And all of our army forces are going to move to that front line area. We'll assign a commander at some point. We don't really need to do that right now. Actually, why not? Let's just assign one right now. Okay. Sort by skill level. We got this guy, however, his capacity is 24 divisions, which kind of sucks. So we might want to go with this field marshal over here. And for the garrison guy, let me see. Because remember, we can only have a capacity of 24 unless I want to promote and then get rid of these skills. These skills can be acquired from combat, so we might want to maybe promote this guy because 24 is just too small. I love this guy's mustache though. Holy shit, it's going up into the sky. But you know what? This field marshal is okay. Okay, so now it's time to organize our navy. That's going to be the bread and butter of our forces because, well, that's where Japan excelled at in World War II. That and, you know, their air forces. Not really known for everything else, but that's okay. Alright, I'm going to tell the entirety of the navy to come to... What's this province called, actually? Huh, you know what? The province's name is called something Roflmasterscave can't pronounce, so you know what? We're good with that. We're not really training any divisions right now because we need to really start to upgrade our guys and reinforce them. Actually, we don't really need to upgrade because we don't have anything new. We do have some naval docks that need to be built up, so maybe we could just do this. It doesn't really matter though because we don't really have the resources to support this type of production anyway, like with any of our navy forces, so that kind of sucks. Now then, it's time we begin our steps towards war. The Chinese border incident. Try to get the Chinese to maybe fight with us or us to fight the Chinese, you know, that sort of stuff. Production wise, let's scroll back to guns. 11,000. 11,000 guns are needed, but it's going down soon, so that's good. And our forces are lining up on the front lines, which is nice. As you can tell, they're all like situating themselves around this area. We might want to secure the left border because it is a little bit too exposed, and I think they might be moving through maybe this territory. That's why they were able to attack me last time. But I don't know. These guys are kind of going to come right over here, maybe land and then move over to the front lines, which is nice. Got some attrition based around what actually? Let me check. 40%. That might be because of mountains actually. Oh wait, that's not even my forces. Oopsie daisy. Yeah, that's his forces. That's his problem, not mine. Okay, is everybody here? No, I think we have some like small groups moving in. Yep. So let's just wait till everybody's here. Ah, what a calming soundtrack right before like the biggest warfare in human history. I love it. It's like listening to dubstep at a funeral. Europe. I've always wanted to go to Germany actually, like maybe Berlin or Munich. My mom went to Dublin once. I mean, twice actually. She said it was nice, but she didn't like it too much. So maybe I should really go there and see for myself how it is. But man, I can't wait to actually do maybe a playthrough of the Middle East, because the Middle East is like one of those regions where you're like, huh, you know what? A lot of stupid shit's about to happen and pretty soon with regards to World War II. And I just can't wait to do some maybe alt history. Like, I don't know, can Saudi Arabia conquer British Raj and maybe go to Japan and conquer it? You know, that sort of stuff. That would be wonderful. That was always cool about Paradox games, that alt history aspect. Okay, I think everybody's here. Alright, Dongarinos. No, wait. No. We're missing someone, right? 27 submarines. Is that... No, we have 3 carriers, so there's still like 1 more battle group still not here. Okay, there's a better way to sort through this. Home islands, home islands. Oh, everybody is here. Alright, well, whatever. I guess I'm retarded. Alright, let's create a new fleet with the submarines. All subs. We will split you off into 2 groups. This subgroup will convoy raid here. This is mostly because we want to try and lock out China. We're gonna really lock them out. Like, I mean, we're gonna build a Trump wall of submarines. And we'll do the same here. But where do I want to secure? Yeah, that's okay. Okay, now the rest of the fleet will go ahead and perform search and destroy on the Yellow Sea, East China Sea, and South China Sea. This will allow me to automatically attack Chinese vessels that come into my vicinity. Alright. It's about time we reorganize our air forces as well. Now some of the planes are already attached to air bases and stuff like that, but I want to move them to maybe the left side to mostly just have some better focus. And close air support would be great. I'm just gonna construct some air wings to help out in this battle. 2 war fighters would be nice. Do have some kind of obviously some sort of, what was it? Fuck, my brain is not working today. Capacity. There. Whoa, look at that, Daniel. Interwar bomber. Yeah, that's about it. And for the carriers here, we will... Yeah, with the carriers here, we're going to go ahead and... Wait. Yeah, well, hold on. Wait a minute. Where is this guy? Light cruiser, battleship. You see, look, I knew there was a ship here. Several ships. I knew I misclicked. There we go. Alright, hold on a sec. Yeah, you guys move here. Man, this sucks. Thought I had everything set up. I thought I had everything under control, you know? Like, I watched all the Paradox videos and everything because everybody and their fucking grandma was like, yo, your Stellaris Let's Play sucks more dick than an Asian hooker in Taiwan. And I was like, listen, you're right. But anyway, let's go ahead and bring back our vessels now. Let me check these submarines really quick. Make sure they're actually submarines. Yeah, they're submarines, all right. Yeah, they're both submarines. Alright. You see, I knew... Look at that. There's a submarine force right there. Okay. I guess then we can... I don't know, separate these guys into... a smaller division? I don't know. Maybe we can go here. Yeah, why don't we just secure this entire area? Actually, nah, fuck it. Do it. Now you guys go on search and destroy and look up these areas. Okay, good. I had to make that mistake. Wonderful. Okay. There we go. And now we just wait. We got a bunch of troops set up on the border. It's gonna be wunderbar. The Soviet Union is currently just chilling right now, which is... that's totally fine, honestly. We got an absolute fuck ton of forces just garrisoned, ready to go at the moment's notice. I guess we can maybe produce some troops, maybe? No, we already have to, you know, deal with the forces that we have right now. Okay, let's speed this up a little bit. Our national focus is the Chinese border incident. It will take several days in order to kind of escalate things into a out of control scenario. Love this guy's mustache and chubby cheeks. Chubby cheeks. Really need oil. We're already like importing some, so I think I mean, it's not a lot, but like it helps a little bit. Maybe we shouldn't have talked to the United States. Oh well. All right, now you lot. Unassign these guys. I want you folk. Yeah, you know what? Fine. Fuck it. We're gonna have a third army. You know what? Hold on. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Secure this area, wall it off. Mongolia. They might come in through Mongolia. Is that possible? Maybe. Hold on. You know, Soviet Union, I like you. I hope you can like me too. Wait, should I use my political power? 0.4. It's okay. If it's 0.4, that's okay. Want to improve some relations with the Soviets, right? Different ideology they hold. Our claimed provinces. What do they hold? Oh. I forgot about this area. Russian Far East. I mean, I assume that's the claim. Yep, foreign claim. Knew it. Thank you, Mr. Ackerman, for teaching me World War II. Alright, boys. We can, I guess, get this guy now. Ooh. Things are now spicing up. Out of control. Here, let's speed this up even more. Yeah, the Soviets have this entire area walled off, so you're gonna have to really be careful when war happens. We have to secure our entire border. If these guys slip by, ooh, we're gonna be in a mess of trouble. Finally, the Chinese border incident is done, and the Rhineland has been remilitarized. Not good. Oh. Okay. War with China or Chinese puppet? We can't do Chinese puppet if we're at war with China. So do we want to annex China? Or do we want to puppet China? You know, I want to annex China. I want China to come into the fold of the greater Pacific Empire and show the Western Devils who's boss. Now we could add advisors, but not needed right now. Anyway, you know what? This is a good start. A very good start to a long and prosperous Let's Play. I'll see you guys next time in the next video. Bye-bye.